obviously this breaks my heart a little. Sometimes you just have to go through the grind work. You may not see the point in something. You don't have to go the long way around. Hey everyone! So it is yet another morning where I'm sat here with my breakfast coffee and I just felt like sharing a story with you. 2 weeks or so ago, around Christmas, I had the opportunity to catch up with a really good friend of mine. We have known each other since school, we've practically grown up together, and when we were in school we had pretty much every single lesson except one together. And this was around the time when we were, I think, 15 to 16 when we were doing our GCSEs. And I love the dude. He is such a dear friend of mine. And when we were in school together, we both loved the show Scrubs. And if you don't know what Scrubs is, it's like a sitcom about these doctors who are in a hospital, and it's hilarious. If you haven't seen it, like, go watch it. But we would sit in the classes and we would talk about how when we finish school we're both going to be doctors together and we're both going to work in the same hospital. Obviously, you know, we were just joking, but we would just sit and talk about this for hours, and you know, it's just something we just had such a big giggle about. And now this friend of mine is incredibly bright, but I'm sure he himself is the first person to put his hand up and say that he's definitely not the most studious person. Now, as the years went on, our paths started to diverge a little bit. After I finished my GCSEs, I stayed within the sixth form college of my school and I did my A-levels. And after that I did my university and then took a year out and did my degree and so on and so forth, and it brings us on to today. My friend, on the other hand, started his A-levels, realised that it wasn't for him, dropped out, tried several college courses, but again he didn't find something that he felt passionate enough to, I guess, study for, or passionate enough to really pursue. But interestingly, although he couldn't necessarily find a passion for the courses that he was studying, he developed this love and this enthusiasm for wildlife and ocean conservation. And it's amazing because considering he studied none of it, he's so informed and he can talk about it with so much gusto, if you like. But this was never something that he had a formal education on. When I caught up with him over Christmas, he had just gotten back from an entire year of traveling the world, going to Australia, going to New Zealand, having all of these like really amazing experiences. And it's funny because I was listening to this and listening to all of his adventures and kind of being like, I have just spent the last 12 months in a lab, in a library, or crying into my coffee. But then he said something that stuck out in my head so much that 2 weeks later I'm still thinking about it, hence why I'm making this video. He said that despite the fact that he has had the opportunity to go out and do these amazing things, he hates the fact that the thing that he is truly passionate for, i.e. the wildlife and ocean conservation stuff, he can't get himself to a position where he can pursue that because he never did the studying and he never got the qualifications that he thought were pointless at the time. And obviously this breaks my heart a little because I really care for this friend, and you know, I want him to do well and I want him to be happy and to be successful, and you know, I have all the faith that somehow he will figure it out, and even though he may have to take the long road, he'll get there eventually. But this got me thinking about the whole idea that sometimes we may not see the point in something. We may think, oh well, algebra, I'm never going to use that, or so and so, I'm never going to use that. And so many of us have this mindset, myself included. But the older I get, and as my friend rightly pointed out, sometimes you just have to go through the grind work and do the studying even though we don't necessarily want to, because it is going to be what's going to propel us and enable us to do what we actually want to do in the future. And the sad part is that a lot of the times it's not because of the knowledge gained that we need to go forward in the future. It's unfortunately, a lot of the times, merely a box-ticking exercise. But nonetheless, that is the system, and perhaps if we find a way to change it in the future, that's just something that we have to adhere to. And I feel really passionate about making this video because I want to let you know that whatever stage you are in your life, if you're a young student, maybe a further education student, whatever, I just want to give you the gentle reminder that sometimes, even though the process of studying is laborious and just not fun, always remember why you're doing it. Remember why you're putting yourself through the pain, and remember the end goal and remember why you're putting yourself through this in order to get what you want. The way I think about it is that a lot of the studying we do is merely a bridge, and to use my friend's case as an example, because he never took the time to build the bridge, he has to climb down the valley, cross the river and climb back up in order to get to the other side. But you, I have all the faith in you that if you're in that position, spend your time making your bridge, spend the time making your bridge sturdy, so that when the time comes for you to cross, you don't have to go the long way around. And if you remember that, again, I have all the faith in you that you can be successful and you can reach the other side of your valley. And you know, I really like that bridge analogy. I think I should add that to my list of Atousa analogies. If you like it as much as I do, give it a thumbs up and also share with me your ideas and your experiences of any of the things that I've talked about in this video. And let me know if this has helped you out in some way, because that just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. So thank you for watching, my lovelies. As always, subscribe if you aren't already and press the little bell icon so that you get a notification every time I upload a video. For now, take care, study hard, and I will see you next time. Mwah!